Welcome to another edition of the Turnpike Sports Book Report. I'm Doug Weischadle here with Dave Weischadle. We're here to give you a whip-around look at some of the latest news coming out of the sports betting industry. If you're watching us on TV, you can catch the show on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV. You can even catch us on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Turnpike Sports. And as always, Monday mornings, you will find the show broadcasting from the Turnpike Sports website, turnpikesports.us. We'll be right there on the homepage every Monday morning. Audio, you can follow us on Samsung Podcasts, Amazon Music, and Pandora Podcasts. Press releases, info at turnpikesportsradio.com. Keep those coming in. We love hearing from everybody out there. This week, state and national reports. We got more December records to talk about.
Okay.
We've also got our first January reports from states. We've been doing New York, January, and February because they're weekly, but these are the first January reports from other states.
You know, it's interesting. Up until last week, we were getting reports still from November, and we're reporting on them. So it's good to see we're drifting into the new year now.
Over in deals, we've got two new ambassador deals to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
We've got more racing deals for BetMGM, as well as a online casino deal for one of our conference partners.
Oh, okay.
Industry updates, we've got our normal collection of licenses and launches, but we've also got stories on some bad bets being placed.
All right, some bad bets. You mean inappropriate bets? Or
that's a better way to phrase it, but bad bets because
I've made some bad bets, just they were terrible, not thought out bets. Is that what you're talking about, or something else?
These are bad bets in the eyes of a gaming commission.
Oh, okay, those bad bets.
Yes.
All right.
And then we're going to finish up with our legislative roundup. We've got news out of Pennsylvania, New York, Wyoming, and Virginia. We'll start our state and national reports right after this.
Interest rates and inflation are out of control. Is your credit card debt also out of control? It's time to resolve your debt and take back control for a lot less than what you owe. If you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt, then you need to call us right now. Debt Fix Pros can significantly reduce the amount you owe, and you could be debt-free faster than you think.
I knew we had to do something. Our debt was growing.
It was getting out of control, and we just didn't know what to do.
We saw an ad for Debt Fix Pros. We called, and they showed us how fast they could get us out of debt.
It really was amazing, and now we're back in control.
Call now, and we'll show you how easy it is to fix your debt. The call and consultation are free. Call Debt Fix Pros right now at 800-479-3522. That's 800-479-3522. 800-479-3522.
Attention. If you owe back taxes to the IRS, watch this urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by hiring 87,000 new agents to garnish your paycheck and put liens on homes and businesses. They can even seize your bank account. The IRS calls it enforced compliance, and now they have the manpower to get you. Penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily. So call One Stop Tax Relief Shop and get the IRS off your back. They're experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. And no other tax shop gets you more or faster approvals. One Stop Tax Relief has resolved thousands of cases since 2014 and saved clients millions of dollars. Call now for a free consultation. Connect with tax professionals who get the IRS off your back.
Call 800-605-0688. 800-605-0688.
One Stop Tax Relief Shop.
Welcome back to the Turnpike Sports Book Report. As I said at the top of the show, we've got more December records to talk about. We've got the state of Nevada reporting their December sports betting numbers.
Okay.
They recorded their third straight year of total handle being more than $8 billion.
Okay, so we're talking about the entire year now.
The entire year.
So we ended up December. Now we can start talking about some year-end numbers.
Yes. Well, we have total statewide gaming revenue for the month of December set a record for gaming in the state, $1.43 billion.
Okay, that's gaming. That's
overall
everything.
gaming.
Okay.
That's table games, slots, everything else out there, poker, and sports betting.
Okay.
Total gaming revenue for the fiscal year finished up with revenue of over $8 billion.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Incredible. The total revenue for the fiscal year equaled basically the handle for December. Think about
Okay.
that. That's
All
an
right.
interesting comparison right there.
So the handle in Nevada for December was $8 billion.
Billion.
And their overall gaming revenue, that's every aspect of gaming, they ended up with revenue of $8 billion.
The third straight year of handle was $8 billion.
Okay.
The third, it's also for the fiscal year, the overall gaming revenue.
Fiscal.
Yes.
Okay.
Gaming revenue was $8 billion.
Okay.
So total handle for sports betting, $8 billion for the year. Total revenue for gaming was $8 billion.
Okay. It's a lucky number, $8 billion.
Talk about symmetry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Over in Illinois, we have Illinois reporting their December sports betting numbers. Record $128 million in adjusted gross gaming revenue for sports betting in the month of December. The state also recorded its 9th month with at least $1 billion in handle, 3rd month with at least $100 million in revenue. And the state also became the 3rd state to pass $1 billion in operator revenue in 2023.
Wow.
They joined New York and New Jersey as the only states to do so.
Illinois is a great sports betting market. It's such a huge population center, Chicago, and they have other big cities in the area. So it's just an amazing state for sports betting.
And they're also the 4th state to pass all-time handle of $30 billion.
Wow.
They joined New Jersey, Nevada, and New York.
Okay.
FanDuel also became the first mobile operator in the state to pass $50 million in monthly revenue.
Okay.
Some benchmarks there for
All
you.
right.
Over in Colorado, we've got the Colorado December sports betting report coming out. Record handle of $716 million. That beat the previous record, which was set just the month before, by about I would say about over $100 million.
Why all these records? I mean, I'm trying to. I mean, I guess it's a great sign for the sports betting industry how it's growing, but the amount of records around the country is just absolutely amazing.
Highest tax amount as well.
Yep, there you go.
$3.68 million.
See?
Colorado became the 8th state in the post-PASPA era to post a $700 million monthly handle for sports betting. They joined New York, New Jersey, Illinois, Nevada, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Arizona.
Okay.
What's quickly becoming the usual suspects here.
Yeah.
But one thing about Colorado, we always talk table tennis.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yes.
yeah, they love their table tennis in Colorado. So how did it do this month?
It was the 8th most bet on sport.
Okay.
It's been hanging around 7-8 lately.
Yeah, well, I remember at one month it was almost 5th or 6th bet on sport.
It did hit the
in
5th or
in the
6th spot
state,
one month.
Yeah.
This was the 3rd straight month of less than $10 million in handle, though.
Okay.
As for the overall year, record $107.8 million in handle for the year, and it provided the state with revenue of almost $8 million.
Okay.
Table tennis alone.
Oh, wow. All right.
Over in Virginia, they did their December sports betting report. Record adjusted gaming revenue of $57 million.
Mm-hmm.
Virginia also became the 10th state to pass the $13 billion handle mark. And also, the state also recorded a full year total handle of $5 billion for the first time.
Wow. Okay.
So, again, we're seeing this growth here. Which
these
is
numbers
just
are
astounding.
staggering. Yeah, they're just absolutely amazing.
Moving forward in the calendar, we've got a couple states reporting their January numbers.
January already.
Yes.
I love it.
Well, we're already into February with New York
Arizona.
State.
I reported Arizona reported their November numbers. So,
Well,
so they're a little. They work at their own pace, but
Exactly.
there are actual states reporting January numbers now. Okay.
We have Maine
All
reporting
right.
their numbers. They just launched in November. So their main all-time handle, I guess you can say all-time for them, $100
the
million.
whole month?
Yeah.
The whole 2 months or
The whole 2
whatever?
months, basically. $100 million had already passed in total handle.
Mm-hmm.
All-time gross gaming revenue passed $10 million. So not bad for first couple of months.
Good. Yeah.
And they also have reported over $1 million in tax revenue from since launch.
That's money they would not have had but
Exactly.
for sports betting.
Well, they
So-
haven't even launched the retail side yet. So
Yeah.
that'll be interesting
It's
to see
only
what
going to
happens
get better
there.
in Maine.
Yes. Over in West Virginia, they did their January numbers. All-time operator revenue passed $200 million. It was also the 8th time the state has passed, the monthly revenue has passed $6 million.
Wow. Okay. Great.
And finally, Oregon. Oregon reported January numbers, and it was the first time with consecutive months of at least $9 million in revenue and the fifth straight month of at least $60 million in handle.
That's another state that likes their table tennis. I don't think you have the breakdown for that one, but no, Oregon and Colorado love their table tennis.
Well, since DraftKings took over the Oregon sports betting industry over there, they have not released a breakdown like that.
Oh, okay. Well, I need the table tennis numbers from Oregon quickly, please.
That's it for the state and national reports. We're going to talk some deals right now. DraftKings and Lebron James announced a partnership. He is now going to be called, what they're actually calling him, is a talent ambassador around football and select key tentpole events.
Okay.
Don't know what the tentpole events are yet.
Well,
But
they must be the big betting. I mean, be perfect for March Madness and things like that. So I'm assuming that's what they're talking about, tentpole events.
Well, I'm assuming this starts in the football season since he's talking football, unless it's spring football.
Yeah, no, there's spring
be any
football.
of
I'm
that,
seeing the
so-
commercials for spring
Right.
football, so I'm curious to see if they have him attached to those kind of promos and things like that. So, but no, basketball, and I would think March Madness be a great thing for him to promote and things like that.
Well, if you follow LeBron James on social media,
It depends on what
he
they
is
consider
always-
tentpole events.
Yeah.
I guess they're big betting events.
Yeah,
So
I
that's,
would assume
know.
so. But if you follow LeBron James on social media, almost every other tweet's a bet. He's betting on this or that.
Oh, really? I
He's,
didn't-
where he's talking about a football game here
Good.
and all that.
Well,
So,
you're probably going to hear more of
yeah.
it then if that's what he's doing.
and this all came about because of last year's change in the NBA's collective bargaining agreement.
Okay.
The NBA and the NBA Players Association agreed that the players are able to represent sports betting companies as long as it doesn't involve the NBA.
Okay.
So he won't be talking.
So he's not going to be talking NBA.
He won't
stuff.
he won't be suggesting bets on the NBA.
Now,
He can talk NBA. He just can't do any
I
bets.
mentioned, March Madness. Are they going to keep it away from every basketball?
The policy
event,
says
or-
NBA basketball.
Okay. All
but
right.
again, if they want to stretch it to college basketball,
I don't know.
they probably are within
Okay.
their rights
so
to do so.
I'm curious
Yeah.
to see what how they're going to use them in the marketing world.
BetMGM announced an extension of their deal with Richard Childress Racing to continue as the official sports betting partner of RCR.
So didn't I say or ask a couple of weeks ago? Is there any NASCAR with all betting logos on it, or primarily betting logos? So I'm assuming there's a BetMGM car.
There are two.
There are two BetMGM cars. Okay.
Yep. BetMGM will continue to partner with RCR.
See, now I'm going to look at it now. Now I'm really going to try and see this thing.
They're going to be doing some activations with Richard Childress Racing,
Okay.
as well as some marketing efforts with them. And also, they are the primary sponsor for the number 3 BetMGM car, BetMGM Chevrolet car,
All right.
driven by Austin Dillon, and the number 8 BetMGM Chevrolet, driven by Kyle Busch in the NASCAR Cup Series.
Oh, okay.
By the way, very, very cool paint jobs on them.
Okay,
The details are
now
really
I have
cool.
to take a look because I don't a couple weeks ago I asked, is there a NASCAR primarily with a gaming operator? So,
Well, if you watched the past Daytona 500, you would have seen the two cars.
okay, all right.
They are also
Obviously, I missed that.
they're also an authorized NASCAR gaming partner, which
Okay.
puts them in
Makes
perfect
sense.
position
Yeah.
for North Carolina's launch.
Perfect.
Over in
When is that? March 11th?
March 11th.
North Carolina. Yeah. All right.
With regards to the conference partner I teased at the top of the show, the National Council of Legislators from Gaming States, otherwise known as Nickel G's,
Nickel G's. Yeah.
announced a partnership with the UK Gambling Commission, who will join Nickel G's as a special advisor to the organization's project of forming a committee to study and create a model iGaming legislation.
Great. No, I think it's great. I love that the council. Was it Nickel G's and
Nickel G's.
I was doing a interview with Sean Flaherty, the president of Nickel G's, and I said, I'm going to call it Nickel G's. I didn't know you guys called it Nickel G's. I was always spelling it out, the whole council's name. But no, I think it's great. I think they're doing great work. I think communication is the key for strong regulations in iGaming. So more eyes on the issue. Bringing in the UK Gambling Commission is great.
More eyes on iGaming.
More eyes on iGaming.
Over on the newspaper side, we have a deal involving XL Media and the Star Tribune Media Company.
Okay.
They are the largest organization in the upper Midwest for news.
Okay.
XL Media will deliver commercial sports betting content as well as fantasy sports content to the paper.
When was the last
to the
time?
papers, I should
Papers,
say.
yeah. When was the last time you actually bought a physical paper?
Everything's online now.
Yeah, when I was a kid, there were paper boys in our neighborhood throwing papers in the the porch and in our driveway and things like that. I don't see that anymore. So it's all online. I get all my news online. I get all my papers online. I still call it papers, but there's no paper involved.
It's very hard to do a link in a paper. Physical paper.
Well, yeah, I guess that's the whole situation.
The one oddity about this deal is the Star Tribune's home state, Minnesota, does not have legalized sports betting. So that was kind of a thing that stuck out to me about
for
that
now.
deal.
Hey, for now they're forward looking.
They are passing moving legislation forward, so we'll see there.
Sure.
And last deal of the week, we have the Choctaw Casinos and Resorts announcing the addition of Pro Football Hall of Famer and former Dallas Cowboy Emmitt Smith to its roster of celebrity athlete ambassadors.
Oh, they have a whole roster of
yes.
celebrity
They now have, since they started all this stuff about bringing in celebrity sports ambassadors in 2021, they now have 25 deals.
Wow. I didn't know they had that many.
Yes.
Wow, that's great.
That's an increase, according to the casino, of 800% from 2021.
So are they going to be commercials with them? Or are they going to
They're doing commercials.
Things?
There was one that debuted at the Super Bowl, which was called Tape.
Okay.
Don't ask me what it was. I did not see it.
All right. Okay.
But it's one of those things they're making an effort to bring the North Texas sports stars. So people from North Texas go to the Choctaw Casinos.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, he's joining, and I want to get the names right here. We've got, he will be joining Ivan Pudge Rodriguez.
Okay.
Darren Woodson. And Troy Aikman.
Wow, okay.
So, star-studded cast for Choctaw.
That's that's a lot of Texas people there.
Yes. Well, they're right near Texas.
Well,
so.
yeah, I know. They're a target market.
Exactly.
So,
that's it for the deals. We're going to start talking industry updates right after this.
Every 40 seconds, a kid is reported missing. Find the Children provides educational material that teaches your kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs are very successful in bringing kids back home to their family. You can help protect our kids and bring the missing kids home safe by donating your unwanted car, truck, SUV, or van, running or not. We guarantee you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast free pickup, usually within 24 hours. Over 2,000 kids are reported missing every day. Call now to donate your vehicle. Donate now to bring these kids home safe.
Call 800-934-2260. 800-934-2260. 800-934-2260.
Welcome back to the Turnpike Sports Book Report. According to the Mass Gaming Commission, the Massachusetts Gaming Commission, BetMGM booked about 15,000 single-game parlays that included in-state colleges and college football player props, both of which are legal under Massachusetts law.
All right.
15,000 parlays.
Wow. Okay.
Total amount wagered was about 200,000. When you say 200,000, it doesn't sound like a lot when you look at the numbers coming in millions and billions and all that, but 15,000 single game parlays, and the sportsbook operator did not even self-report the error. It was found during an audit by the Sports Wagering Division of the Gaming Commission.
Wow. Okay.
So they are now facing the commission in terms of an adjudicatory result. They could either be facing a fine, temporary suspension of their license, or even permanently revocation.
I'm
of the
assuming
license.
it's
That's not going to happen.
That's
I don't
not
think.
going to happen. But it'd be interesting to see what happened. A lot of that is the software issues and how the bets were placed. I know there was an issue in the state sometimes, not with BetMGM, but with others about kiosks and how they're programmed and things like that. So I'd be curious to see how these bets were placed and how they got through. So.
Well, the difference in this versus some of those other issues, it was 15,000 parlays.
Yeah.
And number two, in those other instances, a lot of the operators or most of the operators self-reported the error. This was not self-reported.
Well,
so the Gaming Commission is going to look at all this and see what's going on. But by the time this airs, there may be a resolution.
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
Over in D.C., we've got Intralot's 5-year sports betting contract with the D.C. Lottery ending in July.
Okay.
That may mean the end of Gambit D.C., possibly, may not. But according to statistics, Gambit has so far accounted for 58% of all bets placed in D.C., 39% of all handle, 38.67% of all revenue coming in.
Okay.
Now, the one problem here is everyone's been unhappy with Intralot and the Gambit DC. You got to remember, last Super Bowl, Gambit DC went down.
Yeah, there were issues last year, so hopefully they had it fixed. But
well,
I'd be curious to see. DC's a very interesting market. We've had interviews with people from DC and writers from DC. They have certain areas where you can't place a bet and things like that. I remember talking to a writer and said, are there signs that say you can't place a bet past here, or so it's too close to the stadium or too close to something or other? But it's a very interesting market.
It'll be more interesting moving forward. The DC Lottery has somebody else in mind.
Okay.
If this actually comes to pass. And
they also have a gentleman's club.
Yeah.
That you can place.
But that's not part of the DC Lottery.
That's not part of what? Why is that not part of?
Because that's run by a different sportsbook operator.
Oh, okay. But that just makes it more interesting in DC.
And some of the stakeholders in the district want to open it up to even more sports betting operators. So we'll see how that plays out.
The more competition is better for the consumer.
Yeah.
So, I like that idea.
Real quick, the last couple licenses and launches, we've got Caesars Entertainment announcing the launch of the new Caesars Football Blackjack game on both Caesars Palace Online Casino and the Caesars Sportsbook and Casino.
Okay.
Caesars is the only company that can offer NFL-branded iCasino games, and this is only in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Michigan. Over in Nevada, we just talked about BetMGM.
So they're doing this after the football season?
They've already launched it.
Oh, okay. They launched it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I said launched.
Oh, launched. Okay.
Over in Nevada, before the Super Bowl, BetMGM launched their app, their sports betting app there. That's the first time. Over in Indiana and Arizona, we've got the launch of Bet365 in both states.
Oh, okay.
Bet365 launched in Indiana in partnership with the French Lick Resort. That was their 8th state in their current expansion in the United States. Arizona became the 9th state, and they did a deal with the Action Indian community.
Okay.
Over in Iowa, Fanatics Sportsbook has launched. That's their 12th state and the 18th operator for Iowa.
Wow. Iowa has 18 operators.
Mobile operators.
Wow,
yes.
that's great.
Over in Louisiana, Bluebet has launched their sportsbook ClutchBet.
I don't even know what the hell that is.
It's been around for a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bluebet.
They're also in Colorado.
So
and a couple other
Bluebet
places.
launched what bet?
ClutchBet.
ClutchBet. All right.
And finally, we have Jackpocket, the lottery app, launching the Jackpocket Casino New Jersey in partnership with the with Caesars Interactive Gaming.
Yeah, that's great.
So they are the first lottery app to enter the U.S. iCasino market.
Now, is there a shared wallet with the lottery side of the app?
Go back and forth.
Okay, so it's one wallet. All right, nice.
Different
That's
offers for signing up.
I like that, though. Yeah.
That's it for the industry updates. We're going to finish up with our legislative roundup. Finishing up our show today, we're going to start off in Pennsylvania, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Governor Josh Shapiro delivered his budget address and announced that he plans to regulate Pennsylvania skill games in July, which actually came as a surprise to a lot of people.
By the way, I recently saw the governor on TV. He was at the Punxsutawney Phil Groundhog Day celebration. He gave remarks, but didn't talk about skill games.
Well, as everyone has been following in Pennsylvania, skill games are being disputed and debated and whether or not they're legal.
It's a big
There's a lot
issue.
of court cases going on. But according to the governor, skill games will not get banned, but rather legally implemented as a taxed form of gambling at a tax rate of 42%.
Wow. Okay.
They're joining this is a new vertical of gambling for the state or the Commonwealth, joining retail and online casinos.
I think a lot of states are going to be watching Pennsylvania on this issue to
Yes.
see how to really implement skill gaming into their gambling budget.
Over in New York, Senator Joseph Adabo added a $25 million fund for casino workers to his online casino bill.
Yeah, I know there's an issue. A lot of people want to wait till the downstate casinos get launched so people get hired and things like that. But this is going to be an interesting thing to watch in New York, how this is going to move forward and how this is going to mesh with the downstate casinos and the New York City area casinos.
Well, Adabo is facing opposition from the New York Hotel and Gaming Trades Council, who are anticipating thousands of jobs being added because of the downstate New York casinos. All they would like to do is see a decision on iCasinos be made after the downstate casinos launch. I don't think that's too out of line.
Well,
but
that's years away, though.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's why.
Away.
Yeah, and Adabo wants to move forward. I do like in his bill it has an online lottery component.
Sure. Yeah.
Over in Wyoming, Representative Robert Davis filed HB 120 to the surprise of everybody.
Okay.
The bill will authorize and regulate iGaming in Wyoming. Wyoming became the sixth state to file active online casino legislation. They've got the state has 4 Indian casinos.
I gotta tell you, that came out of the blue. By the way,
that's what I'm saying. It surprised a hell of a lot of people.
Yeah.
No one was expecting Wyoming to come out and with this online gaming bill, but they've got 4 Indian casinos, 4 sports betting apps, and they have a very short window to pass this because it's a budget year, so it's a shortened legislative session.
Okay.
The bill defines interactive games as internet-based versions of poker, blackjack, or any other card, slot, or gambling game typically offered at a casino. So this is not just online table games and online slots, but online poker.
Yeah. Okay.
It also allows for the joining of the interstate compact for online poker, which would help that.
Yeah.
And also the minimum age is 18.
Interesting.
Yep.
Very interesting. I don't know how that's going to work with interstate compact, if there's going to be an issue with that, but it's interesting to see how this is going to work.
I don't know how the interstate compact deals with the different age, so we'll see. But again, this has just been filed. We'll see where it goes. It's got time to be reworked and amended and all that.
If you're going to do a bill, put everything in it so you
Exactly.
can compromise some stuff out.
Last part of the bill also allows for live dealers on the online casinos, but does not require the studios to be located in the state. Some of the online casino bills that we're seeing in other states are requiring the live dealer studios to be in the state itself. Case in point, New York. The online live dealer studios have to be located in New York State for them to have it on the online casinos in New York.
Okay.
So kind of interesting to watch where that goes.
I play a lot of online, and I do the live dealers and stuff like that. I think they're located. I know one was located in Atlantic City, so because we were actually at
2
one.
were located in Atlantic City.
So I don't know where they're all located, but
one studio was going to a couple different online casinos. It was the one over at Golden Nugget.
Yeah,
the Evolution Live Dealer.
You will recognize some of the dealers in the different casinos.
Exactly.
So. Yeah.
But they have just different virtual markings on it. So.
Sure.
Last entry for the legislative roundup, we've got Virginia. Bill SB 124 was recently introduced. Bill 124 would allow for bettors to wager on in-state colleges and universities, changing the rule that's currently in place where you can't bet on in-state colleges. According to the Senate Finance and Appropriations Committee, they voted 14-0 in favor of sending the bill to next year's legislative session. So there will be no action on that bill. And also, in terms of college betting, the bill does not attempt to legalize college sports betting props.
Okay.
Which the NCAA is set its sights on and would like to see more states not offer college betting props.
Okay.
That's it for this week's Turnpike Sports Book Report. Please keep the press releases coming in, info at turnpikesportsradio.com. If you've been following on TV, you'll see the ticker flying by below us with additional news stories we didn't have a chance to cover in this half hour. And as always, after the show is released Monday mornings, a full print version of the Turnpike Sports Book Report will be put on our blog, turnpikesports.us. Click on the blog button, and you will see the print version of the book report there.
And that'll do it for us this week. We'll see you next time on the Turnpike.